Hi, Chrissy. Okay, you guys, this is going to be an abbreviated class today. It's going to be a loading class, but I'm going to go over the most important thing that you have to address if you're going to really prevent falls and have better balance. And what is the single most important thing you've got to address? It's called, and you've heard me use this word lots of times, but I'm going to really hone in on it because I'm going to get warmed up using this word. It's called proprioception. That's how your feet are reading out where you are and how much pressure is coming down your skeletal system. So on this first move to start warming up, I have a weighted ball. If you don't have a weighted ball, just use a plain ball, okay? Or a tea towel would be fine. Okay, so I'm going to step off, then I'm going to step up, I'm going to step off, and now right now, if you're on your pillow or your disc, I want you to go as wide on that pillow as you can. That's number one. But now I want you to say rib cage up, because in order to step, by virtue of stepping, many of us bend at our waist, and we go like this in order to step up. And then we don't straighten up, sometimes all day long. So this is going to be an abbreviated class today, and I'm going to go over 7 incredibly important moves to help you with fall prevention and better balance. And I'm doing one of them right now. I'm standing with both feet on a spongy surface, meaning a pillow, meaning this is a great device to help you. I still have some that anybody can pick up. I think, if you look at what they go for around $40. They're at my gym, and I have them. Hi there, coming on. We're doing an abbreviated class today. See what I'm doing? I'm holding a weighted ball. I'm prompting myself to say rib cage up, chin tucked or retracted. I'm bending my knees. I'm just lifting my heel. And I'm trying to do the most important thing that you have to deal with if you're going to have better balance or fall prevention. I'm doing proprioceptive moves. And any proprioceptive move, especially one leg versus the other leg, we've done many times, but I'm just highlighting some of these things to really drive it into your little brains, and all of our little brains, mine included. I have a weighted ball. I'm holding it here. I'm changing. I'm dropping my shoulders. I'm lifting my rib cage. But most importantly, what am I doing? I'm on a spongy surface. I'm bending my knee, and I'm lifting my heel. See that? And I'm staying on this spongy surface. I'm getting proprioceptive feedback. I'm working my legs. I have a weighted ball. It's only 6 pounds, but it's a weighted ball. And whenever I go like this, see, I have to be careful, and I have my weight training gloves on because you have that coming down into your wrist. So you need to grip the ball if you can. That's number 1. Number 2, keep your knees bending slightly and going into and just lifting your heel as you do this little warm-up move. Then start really thinking about what is this, the pressure sensations you're feeling in your feet. And you're going to overbalance. Like right there, I just overbalanced. I went into my toes. And I could have just had to take a step, but I caught it. And that's why I want to point out to you that in an abbreviated class, really deal with how are you doing with your proprioceptive sensors any given day. And so, case in point, my mom, just about, I'm going to say 3 weeks ago, and my mom has osteoporosis, and she uses a walker to walk, but she was taking a nap. And she woke up with a start. And instead of waiting for a couple seconds to get her proprioceptive systems working, she just stands up. Well, she fell straight down. And she had to call my brother to come get her. Why do I tell you this story? You're saying, I'm not in that kind of, well, listen. If you don't deal with this subject of proprioception, then you haven't done the first step to help yourself, A, with better balance, and B, for fall prevention. Now let me catch you right now. I see some of you doing this move. See, I have a 6-pound weight right here. Excellent. If you don't have a weighted anything, use whatever, a bag of beans. 4-pound bag of beans would be perfect. A can of food. Okay, look at my elbows. Some of you are pulling your elbows back. That's giving into your hunching. We don't want to hunch right now. We're doing a warm-up, proprioceptive awareness move. Now I want you to do the second part. Look what I just did. I stepped in. My feet are very narrow, okay? I'm continuing this kind of a move. See this? I'm keeping, see this? Look, look, look. See, I'm not going up over my head. I'm going across where my eyes are and coming right here. And I'm pulling my tummy in and I'm saying rib cage up. But when I go across where my nose and eyes are, I'm keeping my elbows down and I'm narrowly standing here. And see, I don't encourage you to do that a lot in class because that's not as stable a position. But here's the deal. If you can do this as a warm-up, and see, we did several of these passes wide standing on my spongy surface, lifting the heel up, bending the knee. Now my knees are just soft and I'm really paying attention to what I'm doing with my feet as far as proprioception. Now I'm going to take this ball and I'm going to go like this, and then I'm going to go like this, but my knees have to be soft, a little bit of a hip hinge, and I'm going to go side to side, okay? And then I'm going to go up punch, then I'm going to go up punch. So what am I trying to do here with you? I'm trying to give you an abbreviated full body loading session. And it's going to be a brief session. I got lots going on, as many of you do. But I'm going to build this. I'm going to market this on the YouTube channel as when you don't have a lot of time, but you want to get loaded. That'll get your attention. If you want to get loaded, but you don't have a lot of time, this is what you do. Okay, look. See, turn, I'm narrow. Do you see that? If I'm going to stay on this spongy pillow, this non-compromising surface, okay, meaning it's spongy, and if I'm going to hang on to it, I have to bend my knees. I have to push my butt back a tiny bit. I have to activate my back extensors. I have to really pull my tummy in because I'm going from side to side, and I've got a narrow stance. It makes me heighten my proprioceptive system. And that's how your feet are the ones that are reading out to the rest of you what's going on. And for some of you who have really problems with your feet, or you have neuropathy, that's why neuropathy is such a big deal, because that is your message senders in your feet, okay? So now I've done this several times, and now I'm going to hold the ball right here. It's a weighted ball. I'm going to step wide again, okay? Then I'm going to put one foot right in the middle. Then I'm going to step down, okay? And whenever I step down, I got my weighted ball right here. I'm going to put it right here at my sternum. I'm going to bend my back knee, and I'm going to come down with it until I start to really feel it in my muscles. You notice I didn't say knee. You won't feel it here. You'll feel it here and here especially. Now you say rib cage up. Now hang on, hold on to your position. Now you go from shoulder to shoulder to shoulder to shoulder. And see, I'm holding this steady state position. I'm building a lot of weight load all down my spine. That's why your posture is very important right now. Hi to everybody. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. Hold it right here under your chin. Step back onto the pillow. Then switch. Now I'm going to step into the middle. And I'm going to step back. And I'm going to keep my toes pretty straight. And now I'm going to tap right here. So pretend I'm with you. And if you're bending out like this, if I'm tapping on you, then you have to straighten up, right? So my ear is over my shoulder is right here over my hip. That's where I want it. Now I'm going to bring my heel up. I'm going to bend that back knee. And I'm going to hang out down here. See, I'm not going to do repeats right now. I'm getting a load by holding this position. Because why? Because I want you to have a good load coming down all of your vertebrae, coming down into every joint, all the way down. And I have this little bit of a weight load right here. I keep my elbows in. Now, I'm going to go from side to side. And instead of just going back and forth, I'm going to do a little punch. But if I punch, what do I have to do in my elbows? What do I have to do in my stomach? Pull them both in. Exactly. Now the back knee needs to bend a little more. Okay, stay up here. Punch. Over here. Punch. Over here. Punch. Over here. Punch. Over here. Punch. Tight tummy. Just a couple more. Hold it down there. Drop that back knee. Drop that back knee. Yeah, you're feeling the tension. I want you to. That's your weight loading against your muscles, against your bones, against your joints. Pay attention to your posture, and it's going to be throwing you off. You're having to deal with what? That big word. Remember? Proprioception. So when I do this, it's enough to just pull me off just a little bit. That's the work. Yeah, that's the work. Okay, bring it back up. Take a big breath. And now I'm going to stay on my pillow. But I'm going to go as wide as I can with my feet. Okay? Now I'm going to go down and do a little squat. All right? Then I'm going to come back up. So I'm going to act like I'm going to go down to pick something up. But I'm not doing that right now. Okay? So again, remember, we've already started weight loading. Okay? In this class. Here's my 6-pound weight. Now, I've stepped as wide as I can. Now, act like you're going to go down to pick something up, okay? So you're going to push your butt back, and you're going to come down and act like you're going to pick something up, and then you come right back in here, okay? Here we go. Push the butt back, go right down into it, and come back. So here's the thing you should ask yourself. What's the readout in my feet as I go down? What am I doing with my back? See, I need to be pushing my butt back, keeping my chin tucked. I go down, I act like I'm going to pick something up, but then I come back up. And you get a lot of this kind of stuff with your foot, right? Now, I've already introduced one-legged work, which it's a progression, and I'm showing you about 7 moves this morning in this abbreviated session that I'm doing with you, that if you would just do this on a spongy pillow or this kind of a disc, you're going to feel so much better because I have loaded your joints and your bones and your muscles without injuring. Okay, so I'm going to go down, act like I'm going to pick up something, but then I come back up. And when you do the whole move, you come down, you go into your heels a little bit more, then you come up and you go to all 4 corners of your feet. You go down, you come back up, and you're on the spongy surface, okay? We're going to do 2 more, and then we're going to go to the hard position, which is, yes, feet together. Okay, so now come down and up. Now let me tell you something. When you're going down and you're this position, if you feel something not positive in your spine, I will guarantee you it's because you rounded your back. So you made that little compromise that'll get you into trouble. So A, don't go down so far, and B, pull that tummy in. Maybe lose the weight, even if it's light. And then push your taillights back. Act like you're gonna go down and pick something up and then come back up. See, I didn't go all the way to the floor. See that? 2 more, 1 more. Here we go. And then come back. Okay? Now I'm gonna go narrow. Okay? So I'm gonna go very narrow. I'm still gonna hip hinge. And here's what's gonna catch a bunch of you. Really be careful and make sure you're doing this where you can reach out and touch a chair, touch a table, touch a wall. That's just a measure of insurance that you don't fall, okay? And if any of you doubt me, call Kay. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm dealing with that big word today, proprioception. We're doing a brief workout and we're loading, okay? So this one's going to be titled when you want to get loaded, but you don't have a lot of time. How do you like that for double meanings? Okay, so here's the deal. This is what I mean by this is going to catch some of you. Some of you have some tightnesses and you have some movement impairment that if you're narrow, this is why I especially want you to be by a chair. I'll move mine over here just so you can see. I want you to have something you can reach out on to steady yourself with. A table, a bed, a wall. That's perfect. Okay, get your postural lineup going. I have a 6-pound weighted ball. You can have a bag of beans. You can have a can of food. You can have a weight. Whatever you've got. I like balls because it helps my fingers. So here I go. I'm narrowly standing, okay? I'm pushing into my heels. I'm pushing back with my tail, okay? I'm pushing my butt back. I'm coming down, and now I'm going to come all the way back up. Now, right here is where you squeeze your butt. Yeah. Take a breath. Now push the butt back. Come all the way down as far as you can, and when you're in the downs, I want you to bring this weighted ball and just go from shoulder to shoulder. Make sure your back is very extended. Keep your chin tucked. Hold your position. If you need to, just reach out and touch that wall or the bed. Now come back up and come back up. Okay? Next move. So I told you I'm going to do about 7 moves that are very important with proprioceptive, fall prevention, better balance. Here's my weighted ball. If you don't feel comfortable doing this with anything in your hands, by all means, put it down. That would be perfectly fine. Because now we're going to do one-legged challenges. Because if you have a brief amount of time and you really want to get loaded for all that osteoporosis management and prevention and just your muscles functioning, we're going to do one-legged stances, okay? So I'm going to shift. I'm very narrow. I'm going to bring a leg up, okay? Here's my chair if I need it. And if I can, I will maintain my ball. See, I'm going to come up here, and by just having this little bit of a weight here, I'm doing a really superior job of loading through the cervical spine, which is very important. Okay, see how I'm shifting? I'm still in a very narrow stance. Shift, really stay rib cage up. Now I'm going to trade. I have my chair or my wall next to me. I can pull my chair this way if I need it. Okay? So always use that. Here we go. Rib cage up. Bring that knee up. Right now, if you can hold it for even 5 seconds, okay? Do not lock your knee, okay? Use your chair if you need it, okay? Bring this knee up. Hold it here. Hold it here. Hold it here. Take a breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I almost made it. This is my weak side. So because this is my hip replace side. So I am begging you, make sure that you have a chair, a wall, a table. Now I'm going to go back and hit it one more time. So I'm doing all this from a very narrow stance. This is going to be very challenging for some of you, okay? Say rib cage up, drop your shoulders, little tiny hip hinge. The minute you hip hinge and you soften your knee, you're going to feel your back extensors. Yeah, you're supposed to because they are contracting. All right? That's the beauty of this move. So here I go. I'm going to bring it up. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Breath, breath, breath. I think I did the opposite side, but that's all right. I'm trying to get you through this. Bring it around. We're going to do both sides. Here we go. Check all the systems. Rib cage up. Keep your elbows down. Bring the knee up. Try to hang out here for about 5 seconds. If you can do it for 5 seconds, then start working on 10 seconds. Tap if you need to. Come right back into it. If you're really off, stop, recenter, and then go again. So see, like this. So here I go now. So this is my weak side right here. All right. I'm going to hang out here, and then I'm going to go back and forth. This is very challenging. Take a breath. Take a breath. Keep your knees soft. Do not lock. Breath, 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 and down. I made it longer that time. See, if you did, I'm proud of you. Here we go. Back again. Okay, tight tummy. See, don't be quick to just bring your leg up. Get set. Hip hinge, tiny bit. Rib cage up. Elbows down. Shift. Bend the knee, bring it up. Hold, hold, take breaths. Take breaths. Use your wall if you need to. Keep your knees soft, don't lock it. Hold on, hold on. 5, breath. 4, breath. 3, breath. 2, breath. 1. And bring it down. Yay. Okay, a wide stance right here. And we're going to go, we're using our weighted ball, or we can use a weight. That's a medium weight for you. And I'm going to come right here, and I'm going to come right here. Then I'm going to turn, and I'm going to go right back down, touch my knee, push my butt back really good, come back up. Okay, right now, squeeze your butt, take a breath. Here I go, push the butt back, coming down, tap, turn, down, push that butt back, pull, turn, back, tap, back up, turn, down, and back up and turn. Now, we've done all of this from this spongy surface. The progression now is that, and this would, the only way that you could do this by, if you didn't have somebody to help you, it would be a bouncing ball. But if I were doing this with you, I would have a ball that I would throw back and forth to you. So if you can throw a ball, a throwing and catching. And I got some PE people in my class, or I used to have, I don't know where Doris is, but anyway, throwing and catching a ball is one of the best things you can do for for proprioception, for everything. And then you do this whole thing, 2 feet, then 1 foot, throw, catch. So what we're going to do is just take our ball and we're going to drop it on the ground. See that? Oh my goodness. Now I have to go down there and get it. Now how am I going to do that and not lose form? Some of you need to actually put your hand on the chair to do it. I'm going to take one leg back. I'm going to go down. I'm going to really use this chair if I need it. I'll grab my ball and I'll come up. It's no more than that. So I'm giving you a full range of motion to pick something up. So I'm going to drop it. Okay. Now I'm going to step back. I'm going to use my chair. I'm going to push my butt back. I'm going to go down here and grab the ball and come back up. Okay. That movement alone, done properly, is utilizing so many positive moves. See how I'm coming down? I have to really push my butt back. I got to go down pretty low. I got to grab it. Use your chair if you need to. Come back. But this is a full functional range of motion. One more. I drop the ball, step back, push your butt back, go down, grab that ball, come back up. If you can do that without rounding your back and flexing your back, wow, you've done a great job for yourself. Now I'm going to use this chair, and we're going to move now to body loads, and I'm going to come right in here, okay? And then we're going to wrap it up with back arm motions. So again, I am going to use this for my body load. Why? Because it is affecting your proprioception. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it out here. And for anybody who needs to modify, you're not going to straighten your body out. Okay? You're going to keep a little bend here. You're going to come into your chair like this, and you're going to put your toes back here, okay? And you're going to take a breath. Your shoulders are over your wrist, and you're just going to sink, and you're going to hang out here for a second. You're going to hang out here, right here. Take a breath, take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. Do little pulses. See how I'm doing little pulses with my elbows? Keep them tight. And you're just pushing down, pushing down. Now, most of you need to stay in that position. Some of you maybe can open your hip. You're still on your little disc. And I'm still using it because it helps me hide my proprioception. Now I'm doing a chair plank. So when you don't have time and you need to just feel your muscles work to feel better, getting out into a full out plank and then step and step is one of the best things you can do to really get your back muscles, your antagonistic muscles to all your front muscles working and loading. Keep your elbows soft. Do not lock your elbows, okay? So I'm coming in and out, and I'm coming in and out. I'm going to keep my chin from, I don't want to do that. Bring your head up here. Go tap, breath, tap, breath, tap, breath, tap, breath, tap, breath, tap, breath, tap, breath. Now go into that full body load one more time. Now squeeze your butt and just come up and come up. And some of you may need to modify and keep your knees bent. It's very doable if you'll keep your knees bent and just bring your heel up. Stay right into with a bent elbow. Keep your chin tucked. Keep that knee bent. This is very doable. Okay? If you want to challenge yourself out here, well, my goodness, go ahead. But some of us that have hips replaced, knees replaced, this is going to be a good load without stressing. Okay? Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. Just two more. Take a breath. One more. Take a breath. And take a breath. Step back in. Bend your knees to the chair and then come up. Take your hands, put them back here, Release your rear end. Drop your shoulders. Bend your knees a little and push your hips toward the chair. Right there. Now hang out here for just a little bit. And again, release your hips. So you're trying to open this up and you're trying to give yourself a really good opening the pathways in your spine. So keep your chin tucked, keep your knees soft, keep pushing your hips forward, 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 forward. Keep them going forward. Breath, 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 breath. Now release and come back up. Now, what I do when I have not very much time, boy, does it help my muscles in my upper body if you do just what I did. It's a great load. It can be done extremely hard or just minimally, okay? Then I step out, I step out, I step in, I step in, okay? Now, for some of you, I'm going to just speed it up a bit, see? I'm not jumping. You can jump, which is what I could do, but I'm trying to show you a really good way to body load, especially for your spine, your legs, without hurting joints. Now step in and start with the other side. Go out, out, in, and do a little press off your toe. Out, out, in, out, out, in. And I'm telling you, y'all, if you do this move and you alternate your lead leg, okay, about every, 5 to 10 step outs, and you're pressing down, see? You're keeping your shoulders down. You're on your toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Now I'm going to change my lead leg, okay? Out this way and in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Listen, if you do that little thing and you do 2 sets of 30 step outs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Changing your lead leg. Pressing down, keeping your body good. That's a winner for an abbreviated load for proprioceptive. And if you did it with this even, it will even heighten it up more. So take a breath, put your elbows in, okay? So I told most of you that I wanted to come on this morning, but I'm needing to get out with all this activity and answer questions. They've already cut my phone lines. Jeremy goes, whoops. I'm like, well, whatever. Not my, you can still get me on my cell phone, but he cut a cable. But anyway, so things are moving this morning. Anyway, shake out. You see how I just did that? And then I just go turn, and then I just go turn. You did a full body load answering the question of, what is my proprioception? Almost every single thing we did today. It doesn't have to be gut-wrenching hard to be extremely beneficial. We've loaded all through our spine, all through our shoulders. We did it gently, but effectively, okay? Very effective. So this is going to be billed as when you need to get loaded and you don't have a lot of time. Okay.